What's up, Team Handsome Guy? It's your boy Ryan back with another YouTube video, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about actually specifically 5 tips to increase your productivity to ensure that every day you start it ready for success and accomplishing a lot and being motivated and all the things that come along with just being organized and generally being a massively productive person. Now, I'm going to be real with you. Being productive all the time and achieving success and having a good morning routine is a lot of work. It's hard. It takes discipline, which is a quality I encourage you to develop ASAP, is discipline. Keep doing stuff regardless of how it makes you feel. You just want to do it for the results. So with that said, let's get into tip number 1 on how to have an awesome day. Tip number 1 is actually plan tomorrow today. And this comes actually a book I read. It's called Organize Tomorrow Today. I read that recently, but the concept has been in place for a very long time. So what that means is you need to organize your day and set it up so where when you go to bed at night, when you're sleeping, you know that when you wake up the next day, all the most important tasks and everything that you need to accomplish for that day. And then you can even do it for weeks and for months and even years if you're that much of a planner. But at least start doing it every day. That way when you wake up, you have a plan of attack, you know what you're doing, and you know what you need to accomplish. Now, also some other tips, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're starting a business, or if you're trying to accomplish a major goal, you have to put things in order of importance, and like importance as in how much money they make versus importance on how much money they could make. So you got to kind of weigh these, and these are different for everybody, but really break down your daily tasks into like what makes the most money now, what makes the most money later, etc., and that will help you roll into your day and wake up knowing you know exactly what you need to accomplish. So that way, when procrastination hits and depression hits and all these other weird things that you deal with throughout the day that may stop you from achieving success, you can fire through them because you have your checklist and all you're doing is checking things off. So that is tip number 1. Alright, so tip number 2 is actually one that I've spoke about a lot on this channel, and this is a style channel. I'm here to help you guys dress better every single day. So naturally this tip is just dress better, but know exactly what you're going to wear ahead of time. This goes with tip number 1, which is plan your day ahead of time. Know your outfit, know exactly what you're going to put on before you wake up in the morning. Have it laid out too if you're even that much of an overachiever. They make valet racks and cool things you can just hold, keeps your clothes from being wrinkles. This will naturally free up your mind so you can focus on the day ahead, start going over what you have to accomplish, and not have to worry about, oh my God, what do I got to wear? Does this tie match this shirt? Does these shoes go with this? You already have that shit planned out because you picked it out the night before. And I mean, this kind of goes back to when you were in high school and middle school, like you get all excited with new clothes and stuff. The same thing applies. Just free up your mind of the mundane shit. Know ahead of time what you're going to do and what you're going to accomplish. So that is tip number 1, which is plan out your day ahead of time. Tip number 2, plan out your outfit a day ahead of time, which is going to roll right into tip number 3. Alright, so tip number 3 is actually a couple different tips, kind of molded into one because I wanted to, over deliver here. But number 1, the first part of tip number 3 is actually wake up at the same time every day. And I encourage you, if you are sleeping in late, to start waking up earlier and earlier. I know for a lot of people it's hard, and like me being a self-employed entrepreneur, the whole point, like when I was like kind of growing up, was I want to wake up whenever I want. I don't do that anymore. I have a set time. I wake up every day, and I would like that to be earlier, so I'm actually working on that. But the earlier you start getting up, the more you will accomplish in like your golden hours, or when you're like the most creative. And it's just a good habit to get into, just waking up earlier and earlier. But make sure that you wake up at the same time every day, because that will help you when it comes to the second part of the tip, which is exercise. If you're not exercising in the morning, I encourage you to start or try it out, because the endorphins and everything that it does to get your creative juices flowing for the day is massive. Even if it's just a quick like body weight workout and then you go later to the gym. If you're like me, I love to cycle, so I do that first thing in the morning, and that gets my creative juices flowing, and it's just a really good habit to get into. And then just like short, quick workouts are also helpful for just getting, like I said, increased testosterone, getting your endorphins going, and just they make you feel better and more productive overall. Alright guys, and for the third part of tip number 3, I'm actually in my bathroom right now because this is the perfect place to talk to you guys about having a proper grooming routine and a streamlined like morning hygiene type of process. Because like I said, like all the other steps, the more you can plan things out ahead of time and have things set up, the better and more efficient you'll be on getting your day started, which is going to allow you more time to get things done. So with that said, let me go into today's video sponsor, which is Grooming Lounge. If you have not checked out Grooming Lounge, I dropped the link below in the description box. There's also a discount code, which is HGS17, which is good for 17% off the entire store. But I want to talk to you guys about 3 awesome products, and one mainly that became my favorite. And they went ahead and sent over 3 different body washes for me to test out and try, and then give you guys my opinion. If you're not using a high quality body wash, I highly recommend it. Get out of the the store-bought kind of crappy brands like Old Spice and all those other ones, and get yourself into some nice fancy ones. This is my favorite, which is actually the Grooming Routin's Our Best Smeller. And the cool thing about this, it's a black peppercorn scent. So it smells really masculine, and it's got like kind of a lingering smell too. So it's almost like a mild cologne, and you will get compliment on this, I promise, if you shower in front of your a girl you're seeing or significant other. But check this out. It's got a really cool color, kind of like a fine wine here. I'm going to be testing this out. It's like an invigorating scent, just a really good product. Let me try it out. You guys thought I was going to drink that shit, didn't you? Either way, this is by far my favorite. And HDS17 code, which I linked in the description box, you can grab this. They also sent over 2 others. The first one being a rum body wash. This one is pretty cool as well. It's just not, for me, it was a little tropically. Still smells really good, but a little too tropically. I like the more masculine scent of this one, the one I was talking about, but I'll link all these below. And yeah, this is a rum body wash. Once again, great product, awesome smell. And last but not least, they sent over their Molten Brown, which this was like a tobacco one, which no, you can't smoke this, so don't get any ideas. I know how you guys get a little crazy, but either way, this one by far smells the most. It's more like a rich, very masculine scent, but to me this was a little too strong. That's why I kind of keep reverting back to the Our Best Smeller. I highly recommend checking these guys out. Like I said, if you need any type of grooming products, the Grooming Lounge, there's a link in the description. Use my code HDS17. It's good for a limited time. Grab what you need, and yeah, that's gonna wrap up tip number 3. Let's move on to tip number 4. And that is going to be figure out something that will get you creatively inspired. I've talked about on my channel and in my emails and in my Facebook group, one thing I like to do is go to the local coffee shop and order my iced Americano. I'm not big on breakfast. I do like to fast, so the Americano makes sense. Blunts my appetite, gives me some caffeine. And I like to sit there and drink that Americano and spend about 30 minutes or so going through motivational YouTube videos, educational YouTube videos, reading a book, listening to an audio book. It doesn't matter, but this combined with the exercise and knowing what I have done helps me really get my creative juices flowing, so that when I walk into this studio, which is where you see these videos filmed, I am 100% ready to go, on point, and know exactly what I'm going to do. So this could be different for everybody. This could just be you meditating for 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. You got to find what works for you. But this is a powerful tip, and this is also a way that I found to not only help me like learn more, but it also gets me inspired and just generally produce better content for you guys. So that's tip number 4. Let's move on to the last and final tip, tip number 5. Alright, so tip number 5 is actually not so much a tip, but more of a mindset, and that is stop relying on motivation. Motivation in most cases is bullshit. Yes, it works a little bit, but what matters is, like I said before, is discipline. You have to have the drive and the tenacity and the discipline to keep going even when you're not motivated, even when you're not inspired. There are some days when I don't feel like making YouTube videos, but I know that I planned it, it needs to happen, and I need to make it. That is what you call discipline. If you have a lot of stuff going on in your life, there's going to be shit thrown at you. A lot of things are going to stop you from trying to achieve your dreams and your goals and your aspirations and whatever. You got to block all that and just push through with discipline. Just like with working out. Some days you're sore, some days you don't feel like it, but you go, because the results come not when you're having your most amazing workouts. It's the other 490 or so that sucked, but you just went and got the shit done. And that's how business works. That's how life works. You will get way farther in life if you develop discipline as opposed to rely on motivation. So seriously, remember that. Alright guys, that's going to wrap up today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you haven't yet, go ahead and click the link in the description box below and grab yourself one of the amazing Grooming Lounge products, and make sure to utilize the code HDS17 for 17% off of everything in the store and these amazing products I showed you in the video. Now, big shout out to them, Grooming Lounge, for sponsoring this video. I always appreciate the support, especially when they hook you guys up with awesome discount codes. And yeah, let me know in the comments if you guys have any other tips for productivity, for getting things done. Let me know which one was your favorite. Personally, my favorite's number 5. I love talking about motivation and discipline, mainly discipline over motivation. Believe that will help you out immensely if you utilize that in your day-to-day life. So that's it. Talk to you guys later.